The development of the Indian Constitution was a complex process that involved many factors, including the country's history, culture, and the competing interests of different groups. Here are some critical notes on the development of the Indian Constitution. 1. British rule. Many features of the Indian Constitution have their roots in British rule. The British ruled India for over 200 years, and events during this time laid down the legal framework for the organization of the government and administration. 2. The Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly was established in 1946 to draft the Constitution. The Assembly held 11 sessions over 165 days, and spent 114 days considering the draft Constitution. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the President of the Constituent Assembly. 3. The Drafting Committee. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar chaired the Drafting Committee, which prepared the draft Constitution over 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. The final draft was introduced to the Constituent Assembly on November 4, 1948. 4. The Nehru Report. In 1928, a committee was formed to draft a constitution for India, and published its report in 1929. This report is known as the Nehru Report. 5. The Constitution's adoption and enactment. The Constitution was adopted on November 26, 1949, and came into effect on January 26, 1950. January 26 is celebrated as the Republic Day of India. And 6. The Constitution's amendments. The Constitution has been amended over 100 times. A critical note on the development of the Indian Constitution highlights that while it was a landmark document designed to address the diverse needs of a newly independent nation, it also faced challenges in balancing competing interests, incorporating pre-existing British legal frameworks, and adapting to evolving societal demands, particularly in areas like social equality and economic development, despite its progressive features like fundamental rights and a robust democratic structure. Key points of criticism. 1. Legacy of British rule. The Constitution borrowed heavily from the Government of India Act 1935, leading to concerns about its potential for centralized power and limited autonomy for states, even though it established a federal system. 2. Representation and inclusion. While striving for inclusivity, critics argue that the Constitution could have done more to address the concerns of marginalized communities, particularly regarding caste-based discrimination, leading to ongoing social inequalities. 3. Length and complexity. The vast size and intricate nature of the Constitution can be seen as a potential barrier to accessibility and can lead to interpretations that may not align with contemporary issues. 4. Implementation challenges. Despite robust provisions, the effective implementation of many constitutional principles, especially those related to social and economic justice, has faced obstacles due to political and administrative hurdles. And 5. Amendment process. While the amendment process allows for adaptation, some argue that it can be cumbersome and susceptible to political manipulation, potentially hindering timely updates to address emerging concerns. Positive aspects to consider. 1. Foundational principles. The Constitution's commitment to democracy, secularism, equality, and justice has provided a strong framework for governance and social progress. 2. Adaptive nature. The ability to amend the Constitution has allowed for gradual adjustments to address changing societal needs over time. 3. Checks and balances. The separation of powers between the legislature, executive, and judiciary established within the Constitution helps prevent concentration of power. And 4. Role of the judiciary. The Indian judiciary has played a crucial role in interpreting and upholding the Constitution, providing a mechanism for safeguarding fundamental rights. Overall, while the Indian Constitution is widely regarded as a progressive document, a critical analysis acknowledges its limitations and areas where further improvements could be made to address contemporary challenges and ensure equitable development for all citizens.